for day one of Riot Fest. We're hanging out on the grassy knoll. Oh, everything is good. So at heart, I'm a high school teacher. So I got to set off with the uncomfortable icebreaker question. If you woke up tomorrow and you were a giraffe, what's the first thing that you would do?
I would drink a lot of hot tea, and it would be like so nice. Like the throat coat, because I'm always singing and my voice is always gone. So I would just like coat that whole throat and then belt. That's what I would do. Yeah. For sure.
Absolutely. If I woke up tomorrow as a giraffe, I would just flex on everybody and eat the fruit that no one could get to, and just sort of like munch. You know what I mean? Like and enjoy the view. Probably just zone out, looking around, just like at the beauty from that height.
Yeah, I would cherish the moment of finally being tall.
Yeah, good one. I kind of feel like a giraffe right now, just laying in this grass. So. Yeah. This is going great.
I feel like a giraffe right now. Elliot?
I would try to tie my neck in a knot.
Creative. I like
but also, how would you make music? Oh, there's a twist. There's a twist.
All right. So making music, I suppose I'd get a lot louder if my throat was any bigger. You know, if there was that much more capacity, I'd probably just be super loud and they'd have to get larger speakers.
Well, speaking of music, how is your latest Exercise Your Demons and evolution since small hours? Okay,
well, that's a big evolution from that one. We started back in like 2018, and I'd wanted to be a singer for forever. We were playing Fortnite one night. Matt's like, can't find a vocalist. And I'm like, I'll do it, dude. And then flash forward, we get Brianna to join the band after making another EP, and it's changed. This is a different band than we were in the beginning, from small hours especially. Like, there's four of us, Elliot, Matt, Donnie, and I, who've been here the whole time, and then we added Tyler and Breathe and Gil, but this is CLIFFDIVER. So that's the evolution. I think we're a different band.
And I think it's been a natural evolution, because I joined the band as a fan of CLIFFDIVER. So there was already kind of a tradition and a vision that was set that was the same as what I wanted to do, as Gil, Tyler, all of us who joined the band afterwards. So it's been kind of a natural progression of people who all have the same vision, even though we kind of weren't involved in the creating of it. We've been involved in carrying it on and sort of maturing it to Exercise Your Demons. So it's like an honor to be a part of that evolution and kind of getting to the first full-length EP or LP.
And how is the song Gas City indicative of your overall sound right now?
I'm sorry, what?
How is Gas City indicative of our sound right now?
Gosh, I don't know. I mean, it tells the story of us trying to be positive and make changes, and that's something that's held true throughout the entirety of our discography. All up until the new album and everything, it's all kind of telling a story of, encouraging your friends, trying to get better, etc.
And I think that one is especially important for us because that was the first song Bree sang on, where we just wanted the homies from Tulsa to come give a love letter to our city with people who loved the music. And then Bree sang it, and Matt and I go, we've messed up because we can never do this song without Bree. And so it's like this new, loving, positive thing, and that's what we're trying to embody, is like we've all faced that real darkness, that void. And now we just want to offer a little bit of hope and say, man, it gets better, but we need to do it together. We need community. That's how we're going to be able to change this world that is not going so great.
Yeah, Gas City was the page turner to a new chapter. It was everything for the moving forward, like the launch pad for Exercise Your Demons, like especially.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
And I love that message of hope. September is Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yep.
I appreciate that you really support that cause, especially as a teacher or a parent or just as a damn human who deals with that stuff on a daily basis because we've got brains. How is a music festival a good way to help share that message?
The coolest thing about, I think, what we get to do is we have really fun music that draws people into kind of this like lighthearted attitude. And then we're like, hey, let's talk about depression. And because it catches them off guard. They're not expecting to get emotional. And then we're talking about these things that allows it to kind of bypass that subconscious and get into like, oh, whoa, okay. And I think that community through music, a lot of us grew up as church kids, no longer as much, but there's that feeling of music and community, of like the bond. Like, we are together, we're better together, and we get to be able to tell people who've never heard of us, have no idea, like, hey, you're gonna be okay too. Like, it does get better. Like, that's it.
Yeah. And especially with a festival, because I mean, it's a big opportunity to get some first time, listeners and people seeing you for the first time. And our message is so ingrained in the music. We can't talk about it without playing our songs. Like, we have to talk about it. And so it broadens the scope in a way that we can't on tour, where people are just coming to see us. This is people who are taking a chance and coming to see a set of a band they've never seen before and hearing our message for the first time. So it's huge for us to get to expand that audience, to kind of bring that message to people.
And speaking of music festivals, how did you craft your Riot Fest set list, and how is it different from your touring set list?
We chose our best songs, and that's not the usual. Usually we play some of our best songs. No, those are the songs that we thought that would grab people's attention from all the different directions that we kind of get to go. Where the set maybe be catered more to, like, if we're playing a DIY tour, or if we're going with Bowling for Soup and Less Than Jake, they're going to want more of this song. And today was just like, what song would I want to hear? If I was a Cliff fan, which it was weird, there were fans there. A lot of people were singing, and we were like, who told you about this? And like, what are you doing? CLIFFDIVER, us? And so I think that we just were like, what's the most fun we can have? Because that's what we do. I mean, it's stressful. It's long hours. We're all in our 30s, basically. But, like, for that moment of, like, you get to see joy, and we get to spread joy, and it's awesome. So we're like, let's have fun.
Yeah. And on the tip of spreading joy and not necessarily being of, I don't even know what letter generation are we on anymore, because I'm a bit older than you, but we won't go there. Is there a pressure to create, like, digital posts, like Facebook? They don't use Facebook anymore, sorry. Instagram, TikTok. Is there a pressure to do that, or is it something like, that's funny, and you just share it?
I mean, there's a massive demand for it. It's, especially with the pandemic, it's kind of taught us, that you have to get creative with how you reach out to people, and that we just had to figure it out. It's become a necessity of this business, is how to reach people. And for a long time, we couldn't go to them. We couldn't, tour and meet them. So we had to kind of figure out the social media. Matt handles a lot of that. How do you feel about the demand of social media?
Yeah, I mean, I think the problem is none of us really care about it, but we're like, oh, it's probably something we should do, right?
It's necessary evil at this point, right?
Exactly. But
it'd all be gone.
But at the same time, we try to be casual about it. I don't want to be the band that's, like, calculated about every little move we make online, and
It's organic.
Yeah, we try to be real. That's the most important thing, I think.
You're silly. I find that really hard to believe. Really, really hard to believe.
We call ourselves head asses. That's the word is. Like, we're all head ass.
Good-natured
Everything we do is head ass. Yeah. A good-natured idiocy.
We just don't know.
We just don't know. Bless our hearts.
We're just some scamps,
Bless our hearts.
Bless our hearts.
Well, speaking of pressure, are there plans to follow up Exorcise Your Demons, and are you currently writing?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. We, Bree and I and Matt were talking about the other day at practice before we left for this tour. They were just jamming on something, and I'd written some lyrics the other day, and we're all vibing. We're like, okay, yeah. So we've been writing. All of us have been writing, and we're excited because it's the first one we're doing together.
We're just going to rip off Lagwagon.
Fair enough.
But yeah, we're so excited. We can't wait to write.
Excellent.
Oh yeah, the wheels. It's been long enough now that we've been out of the studio and wrapped up the first LP. We waited long enough to release it, and we're excited to get back in the saddle.
Well, what's up next for you guys after Riot Fest?
Well, we have a headlining tour in October, our first headlining tour, true headliner, and we're going out with Michael Sarah Palin and Mint Green and Ben Quad and Forever Came Calling, and we're going down to Fest in Gainesville and back. So we're very excited about that, and then of course writing for LP2. We have a few songs, singles that we'll be recording before the end of the year as well. So new music, new shows, and more festivals, hopefully.
Excellent. Well, stay tuned for much more from CLIFFDIVER. This is Jackie. Thanks to In the Key of Change and Chorus FM.